welcome back to 4 Geeks, 5 Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out. As always, I am Bozer, and who is at the table with us today?
Austin.
Josh.
Britt.
I'm in the wrong spot. Can I get moved, please?
No. Too late.
There was a moment when the countdown started that I looked at T and I was like, what's he gonna do this time? And as soon as I looked at him and I noticed his placement, I was like, here it comes, buddy.
Yeah, I felt the
He's
exact same
fucking
way.
got it.
For a little peek behind the curtain, when we record, we're all in not even the same spots that you're seeing now, but T always wants to be in one single spot at the end.
That's my spot. I don't understand the problem here.
Like the kid who only likes a seat in the back of the bus.
Well, yeah, that's where the cool kids sit.
Yeah, that was me.
I never.
I had to be in the 2-seater in the back. Yeah.
I had to
I
be
was-
right
I
next
was
to the bus
edgy.
driver. Of course, he's the only one that would talk to me. Anyway, we have an interesting episode today because the last 2 episodes were split party, and they might know pieces of what happened on the other side, but they don't know everything. So, in a moment when we get started, I'm actually going to skip the recap. So if you can't remember what happened, go back and watch the entirely last 2 episodes.
Crane Show, that's our whole plan. Our numbers aren't where we want, and so we need the guys to go watch back previous episodes, please, and thank you.
Smart.
You keep dropping off about 3 minutes into the episode. I don't know why or what happens at 3 minutes, but go back and finish the episode.
I'm actually
Usually when
planning
we
a
argue
callback
about my
from
placement.
episode 4 on this episode, so they should go back and listen to 4 so they can
Yes.
get the reference I'm about to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Previously on Cloudscape. Go watch it.
But are you guys? I honestly am not quite sure how this is gonna go, but I never know how this is gonna go any week. So we're just gonna see what happens.
I don't even know what happened in our own episode.
It was practically a solo mission from you.
I fought that police officer. That's right.
If anyone's gonna remember, I feel like
Unprovoked.
I spent that entire episode watching you play a role-playing game.
Oh yeah, Austin and I planned an elaborate heist, and then you were just like, I got it.
Guys, I can just do the whole thing. I'll just riz him. I'll just riz him to death. I don't care.
I didn't understand why that wasn't the plan to begin with.
I'll just riz these guys
It's a
right
group
down.
game, and that's no fun.
Oh, you didn't have to roll Riz once.
Yeah, I'm adding Riz to.
Right.
Yeah.
Theo's got Riz. Come on, guys. Let's
Oh,
be
yeah.
honest here.
I keep seeing a meme.
Do you guys want to give me another broken stat?
Wait, it says here that Wayland has negative Riz.
That tracks, actually.
I keep seeing a meme about every time I hear the word Riz, and it's Riz from the Muppets.
Nice.
Rizzo.
Nice.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, go watch it.
Go watch.
All right, but you guys ready to get started?
Let's go.
Let's jump in today's episode of Cloudscape. So, where we left off, we're going to pick up with Wayland, Theo, and Syrkon, as you now have the leather-bound tome that was being held at the Citadel in your possession, but you only have it for 24 hours per Chief Orin. So you
That's
are
my
on your
bestie,
way.
Tessie.
You're what?
It's my bestie and a Tessie. Or how does that go? My bestie and a Tessie? That one. I don't know. It's some song this guy really likes.
Oh, I heard bestie in a testy. Which is a
I
little
also
different.
heard that. Like, your brother? Or...
My brother and testicles.
Yeah. Anyway, so you.
My bestie and testes. Is what he said, right?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
couldn't that just be, like, your genetic birth brother.
Yeah,
Good.
if you're good friends with your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if your brother
Instead of-
sucks?
Instead of
I
some
mean,
kind of
see?
weird.
Or your
Anyway.
sister, honestly, any sibling. They all were in the testes at one point. Anyway, so you
grandfathers.
guys were headed to TruMann's when you spent the fate point and decided that he was a former forgery artist. And so you convinced him. I'm doing a recap anyway. You convinced him for T's sake to try to recreate this book in 24 hours. So that's where you're headed?
Yep.
All right. How are you getting there?
I have a driver. What do you mean? What kind of question is this?
Yeah, we got in the car. Theo's car was still there.
You guys didn't use a car to get there.
Yeah, we used the tunnels and stuff. The secret.
No, Theo.
But Theo was separate. Theo went to the
Yeah.
hospital
Oh, yeah,
and got
Theo.
berated.
Oh,
that
that's
way.
right.
That's why Wayland and I came up with an elaborate plan on our walk, and then we ran into Theo in the entrance, and he was like, "Oh, I got it."
That's right. That's how it went
To
down.
clarify, to those who didn't listen to the episode and think I was just trying to steal the spotlight,
No, it
we
was
just weren't together for the plan. And Theo was like,
Yeah.
why are we doing something so elaborate? I can just get it.
honestly, it was a really good moment.
And then he's John Travolta in Pulp Fiction the rest of the episode.
Yeah, right.
You're like, oh, cool. Got it. All right, so you get in the car, head over to TruMann. It's not that far of a drive since they're both in the Prism District. And this is the first time you're coming up to TruMann's spot. Okay.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Okay.
No pressure.
So, no pressure.
Before we walk up, Syrkon stops everyone, and he drops some X in his eyes.
Why?
Always be prepared.
For
Wayland.
a tiny man with fabric scissors?
You should put your mask on.
I was debating, like, you know, when you go to your grandma's house and you put on the sweater that she got you. You know,
No, you actually should do that.
I thought that maybe he would really appreciate it if I did that. But then I also thought, what if he does like it, but like I just have to be like, I have to sit there while he just like talks about it. Kind of made me nervous. Think I should
That
do it?
also might happen. You should probably do it, though.
Okay, I'll do it anyway. I'll do it
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah.
Good call.
Okay.
So you brought that too?
No, I you were supposed to picture when my face came back that it was wearing a mask.
For our audio-only listeners.
Yeah.
So I love that the scene is us walking up to the front door. Syrkon's like, nope, let's get high. Wayland's like, oh, let's rob this bitch.
But TruMann's neighbors are like, yeah.
Yeah,
That
I mean that
tracks.
makes sense. In front of that door?
It's the least weird thing they've seen this week.
So you roll up, and it's kind of an industrial-looking building, almost like it might be an apartment building, but a little more upscale, in an industrial, cool sort of way, like a modern industrial, not like an Iron Corners industrial, not like your safe house, on purpose industrial.
Wow, it's pretty dusty in here.
Like each floor is a loft of its own.
Exactly.
Kind of a thing. Gotcha.
Or,
You know, the
you're-
rich.
So you walk into the building, and there's no doorman or anything.
TruMann.
I put my gun away.
And you're met with kind of a cool lobby. There's a desk, a little reception area, but it kind of gives the feel that there's multiple sort of businesses in this building. And reviewing a kind of a floor marker on the wall, you can see that at the top of this building is TruMann's. And the only way to get up there's some stairs, but then there's also like a freight elevator on one far side of the room.
I'm not taking stairs to the top floor. I go to the freight elevator.
Okay.
Let's take the elevator. We'll do it.
So you get in the elevator, you punch the button, and you got to close the gate. And
I invoke right hand man on.
Yeah, I was just thinking that exact thing. You punch the button, and now it doesn't work.
And
Now
now we
it's
take
stuck
the
and we
stairs.
have to take the
The
steps.
entire interface freezes, and you have to wait for the fire department.
I was thinking about closing the gate. You get your hand stuck in the gate. Go up and down.
what's attached to your hand right now?
I'd say it's probably my rocket fist right now.
Okay, so really your fist prosthetic, but after the adaptions that
Yeah.
Tobias and Kit made on it. Cool. I
I forgot about that.
did too, actually. So you
Nobody
close the
cares.
gate, and
Nobody
it
cares about me.
goes up. It goes up 5 floors. It's not a very tall building.
I could have taken the stairs.
But like you said, Syrkon, as you're going up the floors, you can tell that these are like large ceilinged floors. Like even though it's only 5 floors, it's still a rather tall building. So you get to the top, open the gate, and these doors open. And immediately you're met with noise and hustle and bustle. And you see just this huge loft window. On the far side of the room, it's kind of flanked by these arches with one large circle window in the middle. Tons of natural light is beaming into this room. There are work tables just spread throughout, and people going from one to the other, going to the wall, grabbing tons of different fabrics and just rushing. These people are all like sprinting to get it done. It's almost like an episode of
Great British Bake Off.
no, help me out.
The
Where they make
Sopranos.
clothes. Where they make clothes.
I know what you're talking about though.
Top
Make it work,
Top
designers.
Gun.
directors.
What
of
is that show
fabric.
called?
What is that show?
Project
Comment
Runway.
below. Project
Simpsons.
Runway. Thank
That's
you.
it.
Thank you.
That's
I had to
it.
say
RuPaul's
just a
Drag
string of
Race.
nonsense, and then it would come to me.
RuPaul's Drag Race, one of the ball episodes.
That's a good point.
Besties and testes.
Yes.
Jesus.
And it's like an episode of Project Runway Challenge where they are on the clock. They have 1 hour to create an entire thing. But of course, echoing in this lofty room, you hear a voice. What are you doing? Faster! We are on a deadline. What? No breaks. You had break last week.
Hold on. TruMann
It's a
doesn't run a
sweatshop.
sweatshop.
It's a sweatshop. Now, what I'm curious
He's
is when
being dramatic. It's TruMann we're talking about.
what I'm curious about is what like brand of electronic music is just thrumming in the
That's a great
background
point.
while they're working. That's what kind of like, you know, is it like just house music or is it something more scary than that?
Cloud ska, oddly enough.
Cloud
Like with the trumpets and
You know
everything?
what?
Yeah.
I'm giving you a fate point. That was awesome. Cloud ska.
Thank you.
It's Cloud
appreciate
ska, but there's a little more of a thump to it.
with
it's
an
gotta keep your
impossible
heart rate.
beat that they have to work to, but
It's
you
so
can't.
funny. It's so funny. It's so funny because it's ska, so it's on the up. So like typically electronic music would be like, and this is like, which doesn't feel different, but it is.
I need to
It
know
doesn't
how
feel different.
overwhelming is this for Syrkon right now. Then, if he's fresh on X, this is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he just popped X and now it's just like
I'm vibing so hard right now. The colors.
Oh, yeah.
The sounds.
you're noticing, Syrkon, that your heartbeat is opposite to the beat of the music right now.
But he's trying to get it to sync up, and he just can't.
Just holding his breath.
So it's so it feels like my body is always in a state of pulse.
Yeah. You're now experiencing a musical panic attack.
So around the corner, like, Theo, what you know of TruMann is that he's a short-statured person, and so while you guys are looking around for him, Like your gaze is lower. Like you're
If
looking at the
he's
floor,
not
but lower.
standing on a stool yelling at all these people to work, I am rioting.
Wayland is on his hands and knees with one of those what are they called?
Magnifying glasses.
Magnifying glass. He's on his hands and knees with a magnifying glass, peeling through the carpet, trying to
It's
find.
not that well.
It's. Can you tell it's been a while since we recorded an episode?
Yeah. Above your heads, around a corner, comes flying this small man.
Hell
He's flying? Fuck yeah. No takebacks.
And what you see is causing his flight is this bisecting cape that is floating. It's almost like flapping
So
in
it's
the wind.
Doctor
like
Strange's cape?
essentially. It's kind of sexier than that, obviously.
But if his cape was butterfly wings.
And they are flapping in a kind of similar quick sense. And this man is obviously dressed to the nines always. You see he's got white, like, pointed shoes, no socks. This kind of metallic slack that show just a peak of an ankle. An amazingly large belt buckle. With this kind of outlandish shirt tucked in. It's got one collar is a little bit longer. It's like asymmetrical,
Cute.
jagged. Of course, large glasses. He's got darker hair. It's a little bit shoulder length, but his bangs go straight up.
Jesus.
And he hovers over to you. Oh, my favorite Theodore! And as he comes to you, he drops to the floor.
Theo kisses him on the cheek.
Other side.
Of course, I know the game.
The game.
We do need to go speak in your office, though. There are a lot of you. When did you grow?
Demand. Supply and demand. People like you need rush, rush, rush. So what do? And all in unison. Rush, rush, rush.
These poor people.
Theo leans over. As your lawyer, you are giving them breaks and lunches, right?
Oh, they are free to leave whenever.
That
But don't come
didn't
back.
answer my question, TruMann.
Honey, and he grabs you. They are the best paid employees in the city. Don't you worry. Gives it a little tap. But then, but I recognize my work. And he floats a little higher and comes face to mask with Wayland.
Wayland tries to like strike a modest pose, you know? Like I don't like flex or anything, I just kind of like look. Just kind of look over. Just kind of like I do the thing that insecure people will do where they like bite their jaw to get that muscle to flex when people are looking at them and they're kind of uncomfortable with it. They'll just
Hell.
You
Can
ever
we
seen
see
somebody?
that through your beard?
I don't have one. It's just a big old mustache now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I shaved my beard to be more, or to look less homeless when I was backing up Theo in the club.
That's right. But Theo, you told me this man had a beard. I designed this specifically for a bearded man.
Things change.
I think it looks great, sir.
What you
Beards will
think
grow
about
back.
how you look is none of your concern.
Wayland looks even more pensively, but not modeling now.
And again, all of this is mirrored in the kind of Rorschach moving ink.
just question marks of various sizes.
Mm-hmm. And who might you be? And he turns to you, Syrkon.
My name is Syrkon Sirocco.
Theo, you have weird friends.
Don't. Yeah, I'm aware.
But,
Nobody
well,
can compare
let's
to you, though,
try.
can they?
And he gives you up, down of Syrkon as he approvingly looks at your nice suit.
Oh, what does he think of me? Literally dressed like a homeless man.
He's focusing on the mask.
Or I'm gonna roll to see, just like for myself, to see if I kept the
Insight?
suit on, because it's
Oh.
been how many days since we helped, or since I wore a suit for Theo's thing?
That was yesterday.
Has it been? Yeah, has it been like a full
No.
24 hours yet?
I don't
No, that
think
was-
so.
I think that was like 2 days ago.
Time's a weird soup.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't roll then. I'm dressed as a homeless person.
Okay.
I would like to roll charisma. That when TruMann looks me over when we make eye contact, because I'm on X, so my eyes are the
Oh,
shiniest.
Scott.
Well, they're the dark black because it's not
Oh,
the.
okay.
Yeah, they're like the full black demon eyes.
Okay. Go
and I
ahead.
want to just see if I can hold his gaze for a while. Oh shit! Okay, no, that's 3.
He like glances at your eyes when you meet, but then you can see that he immediately just is drawn to close. It's like those people that don't make eye contact when they're talking to you. He doesn't tend to hold a stare with anyone for very long. He just kind of is looking at close. You can tell he's always thinking about what he would do differently and what
Got
you
it.
should do differently.
Perfect.
Yeah, I wonder if like, this is Austin speaking, not Wayland. I wonder if there's any charity bin that I could pull from to get some like nice clothes.
You can look, you can ask, you can
Put
try.
it on Theo's account.
I mean, honestly.
Hey, TruMann. I'm sure you noticed, but I've been kind of walking around in hand-me-downs these days. Been not in the best fashion shape of my life.
Well, whoever handed these down to you should be thrown from the toppest building in Aurora.
The toppest. I'll keep that in mind.
The toppest.
The toughest.
I'll keep that in mind. I don't suppose you have anything roughly my size that's garbage to you or not in use.
Nothing in this room is garbage. And he floats
To
real
you,
close
to
your
you,
face.
like, I don't know, like you don't need it anymore, or it didn't serve a purpose or something. I'm just trying to recycle. I think hand-me-downs from you would be the greatest upgrade to my wardrobe.
Roll a persuasion.
Shit. Persuasion. I'm just gonna assume it's a 0. Persuade. Oh, did we change that one to something?
Oh,
Chariz.
no.
Charisma.
Charisma.
Is
Oh
it?
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Ah.
I went D&D there for a second.
Okay. That's. Yeah, that will be a 1. That will be a 1.
Are you trying to steal from TruMann?
Well, actually, I'm quite talented at stealing. And I don't think I've ever stole from someone where I asked for their belongings. But I promise I wouldn't steal from you. I was just asking. No, what do they say? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So I suppose what I gained was the knowledge that you don't have anything that I can wear. And I apologize for wasting your time. Let's get to the book thing, guys.
And he drops to the floor. Follow me! And scuttles with his little feet.
Jesus, this guy
Through-
barely comes up to my waist. Look at that.
And he weaves through all these tables, and as you're walking by, you see these amazing garments being hand sewed and on these sewing machines that are cranking through garments much faster than a normal sewing machine. Almost like they set it and walk away, and then the sewing machine kind of pulls the garment through and takes care of an entire sleeve or an entire arm all by itself without needing to be guided. You can see it might be the only way that they're able to keep up with the demand at this point. And leads you down through the room, past the windows, so they're on your left, and there's a small staircase that leads into like an office with windows. And he hops up the stairs into the office. Please take a seat. And you ever been in a kindergartner's room?
Yes.
Why? I mean, I've seen Billy Madison.
So there's like a small table and some chairs around it, but they are TruMann's height.
How many like dinosaur toys are there?
Well, it's not like a childish room. It's
Just kidding. I'm sorry.
It's just like trying to find a seat that you can comfortably sit in a kindergarten classroom is impossible.
It's like you're doing deep squats.
Yeah.
It's like you're doing deep squats to sit down.
I sit in whatever seat puts me closest to TruMann, and I lean like elbows on knees forward.
I sit down on one of the seats and I break a crayon under my butt.
Watch out for that Lego.
There are no toys.
You set this up for yourself. This is on you.
Okay.
I look
size-wise.
There's a drawing. Yeah, there's a drawing board behind his desk, and it's all written in crayon. It's one of those like paper ones.
So there are not. But there are like there's a board behind with a lot of drawings, but they are artistically drawn garments and ideas and half-finished designs. He's got a low desk, but it's a big desk. Like it's very expansive.
Cool.
And he wheels his chair, takes a seat. You mentioned a book.
Yeah, I need this done literally as soon as humanly possible, but faster. And Theo drops the book on the desk and slides it over to him.
He adjusts his glasses. And
Can I request he has the one that drops down like 9 different magnifying glasses?
Sure, that's cool.
It's pretty fun.
He like turns this little gear on the side, and the glasses like telescope almost
Like a cartoon where a beautiful woman walks by.
Exactly.
Then his tongue unfolds like a carpet.
Fun fact: that was how I drew things as a kid. Like I just drew that image over and over and over again. I don't know why. I love that.
That's hilarious.
And he flips open the book. And he says nothing as he's just like turning the page by page.
Is it? Do we leave now?
We'll
No,
return
this
in
is
23
his process.
hours.
It's give him a second.
Okay.
Why is this book so important?
T is asking, why is this book so important? I don't remember what the book was.
This is
Does it
the
affect
third.
how much you get paid?
Fair enough.
Roll intimidation.
I also need to remember what the book was,
It's
please.
the third installment. Yeah, sorry. It's the third installment of the My
that is a
Journeys
5.
book. The Knights of Axiom want to use it to like figure out how the old world functioned and why this world is like.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And this was
This
taken into custody from Havens.
Yeah.
From when I ransacked it and made it a terrorist hideout.
Yeah.
They found it, and now the Knights want it.
So you could spin this. I'm not sure if like you would know this better than anyone, Theo, but if he's got like a charitable bone, you know, the idea of this bettering humanity might appeal to him.
He doesn't.
So you rolled a 5 of intimidation.
Yes.
That's really good.
My
I'm very
prices
scary.
are not exploitative. It has to do with time and demand.
To be honest with you, TruMann, I haven't the slightest idea. There's just so much shit going on. And
It
apparently
needs
this is
to
important.
be identical, but it does not need to pass close examination.
I need this to pass the courts, and that's it.
Oh, I thought we were just making a manuscript. I thought we would keep this and the original would go back to the cops.
We're gonna return a forged version to the police because then everything looks like it needs to.
Okay,
but
sure.
if there's the value in having the originals, we want all the originals.
Sure. Okay, copy that.
Do you say that out loud?
No,
Is that okay?
that was just the recapping where we
Yeah.
stand on this.
Yeah.
But my question remains: why is this book so important that you need it done right away?
Well, technically speaking, I only have 24 hours with the book, or I'm in contempt of court.
And he pulls out like the evidence slip, almost used as a bookmark. Do I want to know?
You know me, TruMann. Keep your friends close, your enemies closer, and anybody that I can use to my own prerogative as close as humanly possible.
And that's why we are the closest of friends.
Theo winks.
All right. Pay money now. Book tomorrow.
All right. I don't know if there's checks in this world or how we pay, but Theo pays money.
Roll resources.
Oh no!
So because it's expensive, then basically the DC is high.
Oh shucks, that was only a 5.
That's why we got you the high resource man.
So you turn in credits, not a check.
I genuinely just wasn't sure what the revenue source was.
Yeah, they're credits. They're cloud credits. And he looks and counts. This will do for now. I need half of this on arrival.
Where are you getting these prices from, TruMann?
From time and demand. Do you see my crew out there? I am busy man. You call me, tell me stop what I am doing. And he starts to float a little taller. And
I'm going.
it's for Mr. Theo. It's always ring, ring, yes. Oh, Theo. Oh, stop. Do. The mask. Now this book.
You remember that time in Little China where you got stuck in that job and it was either I save your ass or you spend the rest of your life sewing prison materials in the prison. But now is the time you want to test our friendship here. Because it could be as simple as this, TruMann. You could be like, hey, I would like a little bit more, but to demand another 100% of what I just paid you on your already egregious pricing tells me either we're not as close as I once believed we were, or you have something else going on. I'll roll connection.
No, do rapport in this one-to-one interaction. I think it's more of a rapport.
What was rapport? Because I don't have
Charisma.
that.
Rapport is charisma.
Oh, charisma. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's a 4.
I am not. And he like glances at Wayland and Syrkon. Ungrateful for what you have done for me. But I have a lot of people that I pay very well, and I am going to lose money taking time to do this. I know it seems egregious, but it is fair.
I feel like I need to roll insight.
Do it.
Wayland is taking mental note of how
That's
much
a
money
3.
of how much money that this guy is just walking around with all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear that he's being dishonest.
Okay.
Syrkon gets his attention. I'm going to use a stunt.
Okay.
I'm going to use the push on TruMann.
Okay.
So expertise versus will to force an idea or perception into someone's mind. So where's my expertise? My expertise is a +3. But I got negatives. So
oh
that's
no.
a 4.
It's a 4.
Yeah.
All right, that's a success, but not a success with style.
Perfect. So I take mental stress.
Yes.
As do the rest of us every time Syrkon speaks.
So what's the idea you were pushing into TruMann?
This amount will be fine.
Wow.
With an IOU.
And he starts counting the credits. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps it would be fair for somebody else, but not Theo. I will get this done this time tomorrow. Or you need it earlier, don't you?
That'd be 24 hours. We need it an hour ago.
Tomorrow. In an unset time, because time's a weird soup that we don't need to constrict ourselves to for story purposes.
Right. I feel like
Wait,
Wayland
hold on.
wants to like do something for. I feel like Wayland wants to protect TruMann with his life. All of a sudden.
Hold on. I've got it. When you're complete, send one of your couriers with the forgery back to the Light Guard.
That's not how that works.
Why not?
I need to return it.
Why? Like, if it's in a sealed package and it's to Commander Oren.
But the Light Guard is going to recognize, and plus Theo had to sign it out, so Theo has to sign it back in.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, that evidence officer specifically.
That's true. Yeah.
If Theo doesn't,
Because he
will.
specifically said, I will hunt you
That
down
is
if this
true.
is not returned in
That's a
24
good point.
hours.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one of the rings that I got off that wannabe Reach member, and I'm gonna like slide it onto his desk, and just say, "Truly, I owe you one."
And he grabs it and a bit gaudy. This for me?
It's more than jewelry. It's a promise. It's a pledge. If you find yourself in need of protection for any reason, I've got your back.
Noted. Not bearded one. What is your name?
Wayland, sir.
I like this one. And Theo, he like looks at you and points at Wayland. As he's closing the book and putting it in a desk drawer at the moment, behind you, outside, you hear sirens. Like a lot of sirens
A
from the
very
light.
strong feeling this involves Brit. There's sneaking suspicion.
Driving past the building.
Wayland, what are your spidey senses saying?
My spidey sense is saying, I was never bit by a spider.
What does Syrkon's spidey sense say?
Yeah, right.
The real
Oh,
question.
there you go. Yeah.
Does my perception, can I hear how many cars?
Roll perception.
Can you hear what the people in the cars are saying?
Can I hear the
Can you hear
police
this radio chatter in the air?
Perception. Oh god, no, that's a 0.
Ooh, okay. You can tell better than anyone that there's quite a few. And there's light guard, there's like fire trucks, there's...
Can I tell what direction they're going?
Yeah, they are headed east.
East. Syrkon.
East.
So
How
they
suspicious.
hear the sounds, and Syrkon turns to look at Wayland and says, large amounts of emergency vehicles on their way east. Go ahead of us.
I turn in my cape.
Don't forget to switch hands on your way to the roof.
Good idea. You see me with my rocket fist like in my teeth as I'm
Trying not to trip over sporadic workers.
All right,
It's that panel of comics that you don't see when the superheroes are changing into their costumes.
yeah.
All right. I have to do something insane, but I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna use the push on TruMann again.
Okay.
So let's go. My expertise is... It's only a 3. I'm gonna tell him, I need your cape.
That's very.
The best part is it would be a child-sized cape on a grown man's body.
Quarter length cape.
I'm gonna wear it like a scarf.
Yeah, that's cool still.
Take another point of mental stress. But he turns and says, do you know what would really complete that ensemble?
Tell me.
Flourish pulls the cape around and he whispers into the cup and it flies over like a little bug. And
The last time you narrated TruMann, he was flying, so I just pictured him like
but comfortably into his chair,
like, on purpose,
exactly
just
where he wanted.
yes. Yep. Now on TruMann, when at rest, the cape would fall down by his calves. As it attaches itself around you, and you'll notice that as it hooks into the lapels, it changes colors to match exactly to complement your
camouflage.
is it red suit still?
Yeah.
Your red suit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a darker mauve.
Hell
a little
yeah.
darker than the red. It's nice.
Can't just make up colors, Bozer.
That's
A little-
color.
a little,
I just don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
A little dried blood staining.
That's it.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I know how the word is spelled only.
All right, tell us in
Mauve?
the comments if I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
mauve.
Mauve.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Okay.
I just don't know.
It doesn't
It's like
sound like
it's
you
like I
would.
grew up playing Pokemon, right? And then you hear the anime say the name of the Pokemon. I was like,
No.
That's not what my brain said it was.
yeah,
Mom.
I thought
exactly.
it was.
Exists,
I
and
thought it
that's how
was
you say it.
Geodude.
Thank you, Mom.
Oh,
Who's
Geodude.
that
I was like,
Pokemon?
what the hell?
It's Pikachu.
But
Oh,
on
it's
you,
the
on the cape,
fairy. Fuck!
on you, the cape comes just down to the small of your back.
Hell yeah.
Just
Just like my hair in high school.
But
When-
somehow it works.
When Syrkon activated me, I guess I'm kind of looking for a fire escape so I can get zoop. bird's
Jumps
eye view
out window.
I was just gonna say he grab a clothing rack and just.
through the huge circle.
Yeah.
Do you?
I don't do that. I look for
Okay.
a fire
Theo
escape
would
like
be
a
so
rational,
mad.
yeah, like a rational human. Hey, thanks for this crazy favor and also the discount.
So you exit down the small staircase out into the work area. And on the far side, as you're like, fire escape, someone looking up and they're just point. And there's kind of an exit door on the side. You go through it and there is a fire escape that leads up to the roof or down to the main.
I'm
That
following. Now that I
right
have the cape,
there-
I'm running after Wayland.
We were just talking about me having a stunt that didn't involve combat for once. Bird's eye view. Having advantage or something on
Ooh.
perception checks while I'm up high.
That's a great idea.
I'll have to remember that for
Write
the
it
next
down.
milestone.
Okay. Write it
But
down.
yeah, that would be cool.
I'm gonna write it down for you because I've met you.
Thank you. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna make a
The
regular
most loving
perception
way
check.
somebody just said you have ADHD and I don't trust you to remember.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, in a classic me way, and only I can do, I roll 3 negatives and 1 positive. So my +2 becomes a 0
A perception.
on perception. Yeah, so I guess I go outside and I just go, wow, we're really high. What was I doing?
So is this from the roof or from the fire escape?
From the fire escape, yeah.
Okay. So as you're looking around, you're realizing, oh, if I get up higher, even on top of the roof, I'd have a better vantage point.
This is a west-facing fire escape. What am I doing?
To know, yes, you did go through the door, and you ran in the opposite direction to
Oh,
exit
okay.
that than
Okay,
the
let me-
sirens
let me-
were going.
He said east, not weast.
God, it's a weast. It's always weast with me.
Because you have to back up now. I've caught up to you, so now we're together.
Okay, nice. Well, I guess the only place to go is now up, right?
Mhm.
All right. Come on, let's
Theo's
not
still
roll.
with TruMann.
Oh, that's better. Okay.
Syrkon, also roll a perception while you're on X.
That's a 3 for me.
3?
Just to like get up on the roof.
That's a 2 for me.
Okay. So you can see in the distance, and not that far of a distance, because like I said, you're all still in the Prism District. But a few blocks down and to the right, what did you see? You can hear the sirens kind of stopping in that location, more than see, like, you don't see smoke or anything. But taller than this building,
See smoke or anything.
it feels like all these sirens stopped at the base of the Institute of Progress.
Institute.
Holy shit. Kit,
Have we
what did
been
you
there?
do?
Have we been there? Has that been narrated to us? What the inside of that is?
You might remember it from episode
From
1.
Episode 1.
Well,
was
it was.
being unveiled, and
Yeah.
that's
Okay, but we haven't
where-
been inside. We've only.
You've
seen
never
it.
been inside.
Okay.
You haven't been inside.
I was going to, but then a terrorist attacked.
Uh huh.
Twice. It sounds like.
Yeah, right. Oh my god.
Okay, cool. Then I guess should we just call Theo and say meet us at the Institute of Progress?
Syrkon runs and jumps
Bird's eye
off the
there.
roof.
Cool.
I just
okay.
fucking go. I'm gonna. I'm invoking my overconfidence
Okay.
to assume I just fucking am gonna know how to do this.
Okay. Before I call Theo, just to verify, I am going to just kind of watch if I can save Syrkon. So I'm just gonna just
No,
like
no.
kind of
Call
look
Theo
over.
while you watch.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. I'll just dial him up really quick.
Put him on speaker, and I dive off the roof.
So,
Hey, Theo. Yeah, meet us at the Institute of Progress, and it may just be me there. I'll explain. When I see you.
Syrkon, roll. What do you roll for this?
For
Aim
magic
bushes.
clothing, it's on the clothing's job to know.
Okay,
How
I'm
about,
gonna roll. I'm
wait,
gonna roll for your cape.
How about I roll insight to see how I connect with my cape?
I like the idea of him just rolling just like 100% straight up.
It's not like
No
a telepathic
modifier.
or anything.
Well, it's Doctor Strange E. I don't know how. Did I have any
TruMann did
feeling?
talk to it.
Yeah, when it came on me, did I feel anything?
Excuse me?
You saw the way it stained my
When he
jacket.
nutted everywhere.
You saw the way
Did
that it
I feel a connection?
Yeah, it had those mauve spots it left on me.
That's crazy. I think its activation word is daddy. I think it's daddy that you have to say.
Brett,
to
you're
be
muted.
Fly.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. I thought you.
I'm not muted. I'm just. I have
Disappointed.
nothing to say.
Yeah, I think how you get it to fly is you say,
Yeah.
"Daddy up, uppies,
Yeah.
daddy."
Okay.
Puppies,
I,
daddy.
I screamed "Daddy up" at the top of my lungs.
Now saying "daddy up" sounds like it's like, oh, it's time to daddy up right now.
Yeah.
You got daddy up.
I'm up, daddy
here's-
up.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to roll physique.
Cool.
Oh
That's fun.
fuck!
That's fun. He sucks at that.
I don't have physique, so it's a 0.
So it's a straight roll.
Straight up. That is a -1.
Okay.
Negative
so I will
one.
Save
Yes.
him. Theo, I'm ready.
So I rolled.
Josh rolled new character.
I did a straight roll for the cape
Okay.
because it's trying to work against your weight, which would be your physique.
Sure.
And as you take flight, you can see it activate and it's flapping, but it's flapping harder and harder, and you can tell that the weight of you in this cape are not meant for this. You may hover off on the ground if you were to try it first, but
I understand. It's his. Okay, so it's
He's
like
too
a
heavy.
bee's wings. Yeah.
and so you are basically free.
I take off my shoes and pants. I start to take. No.
Okay. I will just use. I will use.
Theo does not defend public decency or indecency, by the way.
I'll use my my stunt of rushing strike, but I'll use it in the same way I used it in episode 2 or whatever, where instead of an attack, I'm gonna grapple.
Okay.
So basically, what this will do is it'll give me the ability to move faster and add a +2 to my roll.
Okay.
So here we go, buddy.
So roll. Are you rolling burglary for swinging?
Burglary or fight, because the idea is it's a grapple, like I want to tackle him, is my idea. But burglary is fine. I don't mind.
Unless you might do damage. Are you concerned about doing damage?
I'm concerned about him hitting the ground.
If you roll fight, I'm going to have him roll a defense to see if he takes any damage. If you roll burglary, then it'll just be swinging.
Okay, well, I'm going to roll fight just because it gives me a way higher chance of success.
Perfect. I'll
That's
take
right.
some damage for this.
You might take a lot of
I'm a
damage knowing
fucking
me.
idiot.
Yeah,
Roll
knowing
defense, Syrkon.
Okay. Thank goodness.
Oh, what do I want to? What would I do? My athletics, maybe.
Sure.
So that is
Oh,
okay. It's not as good as I normally roll. That's a 5.
That is. I also have a 5.
Okay, cool. So you
Nice.
take no damage.
No damage.
No.
Good for you.
Nice. That you're lucky, dude.
3
I rolled
pluses and a
negative.
blank.
I rolled -1 on my dice.
I had to roll 3 pluses and a blank.
Yeah,
to
I rolled
get
-1
hit.
and I
Oh
got
my
a 5.
God. That's insane.
Well,
So
that's
you
my whole
swing-
character's punch.
You were right. I could have gotten very hurt.
You could have gotten. Yeah, dude.
So
I'm
really
not
what you do is you shoot your grappling hook lower below, like you're not going to swing, you shoot it low and it pulls you like a bullet straight at Syrkon, and you intersect him just at the right point and catch him. And so now you swing really low, close to the ground.
Drop me off by the car.
Why is your back wet?
Stop.
So much.
Oh, you missed that.
splooge.
TruMann made his cape come on to me.
Oh, let's stop talking.
Yeah. If you feel it, it's all over my back.
Okay. Wayland is gonna burn his shirt. Okay, cool. So, yeah. So I swoop down. I grab him. I guess I'll set him down on the ground and complete my swing.
Okay.
Um,
Nice. So you basically Spider-Man drop him off.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
But not
The
like
wind
when
blows
Stacy.
my hair, and I look up after him like, "Who was that man?"
The cape goes over his
Yeah.
face.
I
Nice.
Okay, cool. So nice. You're just gonna wait at the car for.
I start practicing hovering while I wait for you.
So you do see that you can get like 6 inches off the ground.
Huh.
That's pretty cool.
I
with
can
this-
always use a good 6 inches.
That's some Chris
Who
Angel
can't?
stuff.
Yeah.
As you're trying to like move around, you see that it's basically the same walking speed as you,
Got
but
it.
you're 6 inches taller.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be so fucking elegant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're all headed to the Institute,
Yeah.
either by car or by swinging.
Or can I have
Yes.
one last scene with TruMann?
Sure.
So before Theo answers the phone call from Wayland, Theo kind of like leans forward, like puts his hands on the table and leans forward to TruMann. I don't know what bullshit you were trying to pull with me right now, but we can discuss this over dinner next week. And if there's other bridges that you would like to burn, we'll see how this continues for both of us in the future. And Theo's going to turn and walk out.
As you walk out and the door closes, you hear like a small shoe.
Theo opens the door back up, love you, and then shuts the door and continues to walk out.
And so you take the freight elevator down.
Of course.
Okay. And
No, Theo jumps out the window.
Wayland, like from the other building. God damn it!
Get TruMann on your back.
All right, so you guys are en route.
Come on your back. Okay, yep.
Kit,
Sips tea nervously.
you just crashed a massive crane
What?
through the massive windows of the front lobby of the Institute of Progress.
What's the
Severe
fuck?
damage has been done, both to the crane, to the building, and you could guess to the individuals, the employees, the families that were visiting the lobby of the Institute. You can hear sirens coming your way. Alsvid was on the payload of the crane that's now crashed
What?
into the building. What would you like to do?
What?
Did we roll to see if Alsvid was okay or no?
He did roll.
Okay.
I would say whether he
Don't let
rolled
Kit
well
know.
or didn't,
Like it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you wouldn't be able to know. I mean, you can roll a perception to see if you want to see, but there's been a lot of wreckage at this point. The windows have completely shattered basically on one side of the lobby, which, as we talked about last week, is a large, massive lobby. Basically, it's kind of like a tourist attraction in the middle, for people to kind of see the history of Aurora and see the history of the expansion of X, and the evolution of man into the future, ideally, under the watch of the past and present three kings, which are a monument in the middle of the lobby as well. The statue didn't take that much damage. Like, you didn't hit the statue, but you did knock out the entire wall. So you can roll a perception if you want to see if Alsvid's okay. Like, if you can even see his body.
What the fuck happened last week? Oh my god.
It's not as bad as I expected from her,
Is
to
it
be
2?
honest, though.
Yeah, it's difficult to see. Like, in the panic and the screams and the crying and people running about and the sirens coming your way, it's difficult to even get a bearing on what the fuck just happened. The foreman of the construction site did just turn around the corner, just in utter shock. What the fuck? But he's not getting any closer because he doesn't want to look at all responsible for this. What are you doing?
I don't think there's really anything I can do. I'm not gonna run. I'm definitely at fault for this. And Kit's not a person who's just gonna be like, meh,
Okay.
So I'm probably just gonna sit in shock Like, it's not like I can run in the building and save anyone. It's not like I can really do anything.
How long do you think it would take before we got on the scene?
You only like a minute.
Okay, cool. Is there? There's no way I can guarantee that I see anything, but when I get to like the vantage point across the street, I would like to perceive the situation.
From there and from that vantage point, I don't even need you to roll. You can.
Okay.
It's not like hidden.
But can I see Kit? Can I see the assailant that had done this?
Oh, yeah, go ahead and roll perception for that.
Okay, gotta love those negative numbers. So that's another fucking 0?
Oh my god.
What are my aspects? No one said it was easy, doesn't apply here.
No.
Once a criminal, always a criminal doesn't really apply
No.
here.
Hey, Kit's gonna have to get that one.
Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess I just don't see anything through the rubble. There's nothing
But
to activate
From what you
me.
do see, like I described, that like the entire side of the window of the lobby is completely shattered.
I don't know that Al is there or anything. God damn it.
It did take out one like corner of the pillar, holding up the second level of the balcony inside the lobby, which doesn't look super structurally safe for much longer. You see people running away from the building, and some people stuck inside. You can see some dark blots on the floor that you can only assume are blood, with all the shattered glass and rubble. And it's about that time you see the rest of the fleet from the Citadel essentially roll up, and they some like cautiously stand back and are trying to get an idea of the situation. A couple light guard members see the crane hit that, looks to driver, goes towards the crane, opens the door, Kit, and two light guard immediately pull you from the crane and pull you like safely away from the rest of the destruction, and basically just put you on a car. Ma'am, can you tell us what happened? Were you driving the crane?
She's not going to say anything.
Atta girl. Wait for your lawyer.
She's just going to stare into space.
Can you tell me any information? How did this happen? What happened? All right, then. And they start reading you your rights and kind of pull your hands behind you and put you in cuffs and just set you in the car. They don't drive away, but they just put you in the back of a light guard car. Syrkon and Theo, at this point, you would have taken just a bit longer, especially now with traffic. But as you roll around the corner, you see what happened.
Please don't tell me this is your knights that you've associated yourself with.
It seems they like this place. We should find out who's in charge of the scene. At least get a concept of what's happening.
All right. Theo gets out of the car and immediately just looks towards the light guard and walks directly to them.
Roll connection.
Ooh. That's all zeros, so 4.
Okay, I was looking to see if we had a name from a previous officer 2 episodes ago. But with the 4, you kind of look around and scan, and you see an officer that seems to be giving out commands that you would recognize as Officer Clay, Lucy Clay. We'll call it. She's one of the captains.
Well, it's not super important right now to their conversation. Syrkon is searching the scene for Wayland.
Okay. Go ahead and roll in the background. So you seek out Captain, like one of the captains, like our Lucy Clay, and we roll rapport.
Oh, we determine what my relationship with them is.
Yeah.
Smart.
It's only a 2.
Okay. So she's like, check over there. Get those civilians out of there. Can we get more EMTs? And she like glances up and sees you coming. You fucking vulture, not now.
What do you need help with?
I need civilians to step back while we can assess and handle the scene. That is what I need.
So go do my job elsewhere while here, and you don't know about it. All right, got it.
What?
And Theo just gonna walk past her.
I will arrest you.
So I can either help, which you know I can, and am more than capable of, or I'm going to do what I do best and work around you and make you look like a fool to Orin. So which do you want to go with here?
God. Check inside. Pull out any civilians you can.
See, look how simple that was. And Theo takes off his jacket and heads towards.
I'm basically a doctor. Where's triage? I can be useful.
Go with him.
All right. I float away elegantly.
So creepy, dude.
I'm not standing on the rubble. It's that shitty, my toes are pointed to the ground, heels up.
Magneto movie.
Yeah, it's like Magneto.
I like the idea that we talked about because it's weight based, that you have to be a certain distance from the ground. So with all the rubble, you're like,
So it's just
I'm trying to find out what the even thing is, and then I get a little embarrassed when it jukes me, and I'm
You're
not expecting it.
you're doing this, but you're like stone faced Syrkon.
Yeah,
It does help you get through some of the rubble because now it's everywhere. It becomes like almost difficult movement if this was D&D.
yeah.
Did you roll for perception?
Yes, that was a 4.
All right, so you kind of glance around, and you look up at where you might expect, and you see just the building across. You see Wayland assessing the situation from the top of the building.
Okay, cool.
You also, as you're looking around and with your X abilities, you look in the light cars, and you see Kit sitting in the back, looking despondent, hands restrained behind her back.
I go, I make my way around the scene, not changing my pace, to her. I want to sprint, but I know that'll draw attention.
As you approach, there's a couple guard officers around the car, discussing what to do. One person's talking to a passerby or bystander to try to understand what happened.
I'm gonna roll a perception with my little X eyes. It's a 5 for if I can detect anybody in need of help. I want to go to the officers and say, "There's someone over there." Essentially,
You
somebody's
wouldn't even-
under the rubble or something.
well, an exact place.
Okay.
Essentially, where it's if they go over there, they will hear that person that I can hear.
Oh, okay. That was a 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that 5, you kind of focus in your abilities, and you hear almost like a muffled and you hear a child. It's like, my mommy. And
It's
so
getting some emotional damage this
Yep.
episode.
Syrkon floats to the cops. So he's like a head taller than them now, like
Uh-huh.
looking. So now he looks down to them.
That didn't change.
And he, officers, a woman has remained uncrushed but trapped under some rubble directly over here, and he points to there. You need to lift off these bars and this rubble to get that woman out of here. Her child is trapped as well.
got it. Thank you. And they kind of dismiss the person they were talking with, and they immediately sprint to go help.
I go over to the car. I assume it's locked and I can't open it.
You
But I will
assume
try.
correctly.
All right. And the front door doesn't know. All the doors are locked?
The front, only the backs are locked.
Okay.
The driver's side alone is open.
I open the front and I get in the car and I shut it and just I look at her in the mirror.
And she's not gonna look at him. Like, she's not gonna look him in the eyes.
Why are you here?
Because I'm stupid. And I thought I could be help
How?
destroying things. Al's up on the crane. I don't know where he is. You might want to help him.
Syrkon pulls out his phone and calls Wayland.
Thank God. I crush it with my claw hands. Just kidding.
Fuck!
Oh, right hand man.
No, please God, I want to play.
The second Wayland answers, so I just say, Alsvid is in the rubble. He was with the payload on the crane. See if you can find him.
Cool. I don't say anything. I swing. You hear. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's just burglary to get.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll try to. Is the crane is damaged, but is it still like is the actual structure part damaged, or is it just like the boon part? Boon.
So it's got the long arm.
Yeah.
That had been lowered to its smallest because it's kind of towards the end of the day, about quitting time. So it's been lowered to its smallest, but still went crashing through a window. And it had like some beams and girders that it was attached to. That was the payload, hooked around with some chains and a hook.
Yeah.
And that's what Alsvid was standing on when it went crashing through.
But I'm just asking, is the crane received structural damage, or is that still
It doesn't look like super intact.
Okay.
It looks like it's got some dents and some bits are kind of crooked.
Okay. I still think it's my best bet, so I'm gonna hook that to swing directly to follow its boom.
Okay.
Okay, that's net even, which is fine for me, I guess, because that will be a 3, which is fine. I think that'll get me there. Oh no! Oh, never mind. I can't believe it. I'm using regular dice. So I got confused. I rolled 4 positives, which makes that a 8. 7.
You need fudge
7?
dice, man.
7.
You need to get the fudge dice.
Yes, sorry. I got confused. It's been a while since we played.
And you rolled a burglary for swinging?
Yes. So it's a 7.
You swing so good.
So good.
It's the prettiest swinging I've ever seen.
What are you attaching your claw to?
That's what I want to get the top. I want to hit the top of the crane and just follow the boom of the crane all the way to the hole that it made.
You can clearly see. It's almost like imagine a cardboard box. It's got 4 walls. And basically one wall is completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
So and the rest are see-through. So you can see like they're large windows.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
not
what
about-
I mean is like the crane is here, the
Yeah.
building I'm on is here. I want to go hit the crane and then follow it, so I'm like exactly where the end of the crane
The
is.
crane is inside the building.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's gonna
that's where I
land
wanna
on
go.
top of the payload.
Yeah, I want to. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I don't want to waste any time
Got
walking
it.
around looking for him. I want to be where the end of the payload is.
Okay.
Which can I? Now that we're on the scene, can we piece together what happened? Like, what was that crane already here? What was on that crane?
You see a lot of other like construction type things.
So
Almost
it'd been
like that crane was
completed,
here.
but the equipment hadn't been moved away yet.
Roll a lore.
Okay. That is a 3.
All right. You might remember there was a massive hole put in a tall window,
Oh yeah.
and so they were fixing it up.
All right. I'm an idiot.
And so they needed a really, really tall crane.
Makes sense.
So they were just working on that. So you imagine that nobody drove this crane here to do this destruction. It almost
Got
looks
it.
like something went horribly wrong.
Crime of opportunity.
Sure.
Got it.
So Wayland, you swing and hit your mark expertly, just like fucking Spider-Man. You land right in the middle of the rubble, and you see the girders are now spread all over. There's still people like running from the building. Now out there's like a side door in the lobby, and now that you're here, you can see these 3 massive statues. Actually 4 massive statues. There's the 3 previous kings of Aurora, each kind of putting their hand onto the next, and the current king, Praxis, in the middle with his hands holding some kind of floating, glowing orb. And then the vision of Octaris towering above all 3 of them, looking down lovingly, granting them this gift. But Octaris is almost like 2 stories within this large lobby, and there's a kind of a viewing deck going around the inside of the lobby here, so you can get a closer look at the faces of the statues. But the far side of the balcony now is broken out and crumbled from the wreckage. The window's gone. The elevator's on the opposite side of the room, as well as another doorway. And now there's people, like employees that were on the taller part of the building, like flowing out as they're all evacuating.
Can I see any signs of Al?
Roll perception.
He's everywhere.
Oh, great. I'm so good at perception. I've rolled so high on all 3 perception checks I've done just today.
There's some of Alsvid. There's some of Alsvid.
Okay,
There's
okay,
some
guys,
Alsvid.
we're good. That's a 4. Hey,
Good. Good.
no negatives.
So you're looking around. You check near the girders. You don't see a body.
Good sign.
You do see like blood strewn about, but it's almost like a trail of it crossed this path from somewhere else. You don't see him.
Why
I
the
don't see
fuck
any
was
like indication of
Alsvid
where he
on
could have
that?
gone. Like I couldn't
Um,
see like if he went left or right or any indication of like did he crashed through a building. I'm assuming he didn't start stealthing. This is Wayland, you know? Like I'm sure he didn't just like sneak around. Like he probably was shell shocked or something.
With 4. Yeah, I mean, you don't see him. You don't know
Yeah.
if he's hiding. You don't know if he booked it. You don't know if he.
All right,
Yeah,
I guess
well,
it's
just-
chaotic enough. I'm just gonna yell Al a few times. I
Mhm.
obviously can't do that right now because some people are sleeping. But yeah, like Al.
There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of other screaming, other people shouting names. You hear Light Guard also screaming orders.
Can I use physique to yell very loud?
Louder.
To use my barrel chest?
I'll save you the roll. I'm not trying to get you to roll to find him. He's not here.
He's not here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You could look, you could scream. He's not here.
Okay. Okay, is there anybody that's like in immediate peril, or is everybody in this area gonna get out probably fine?
Like I said, one of the pillars, the structural pillars, kind of crumbled, and as people are flooding out, you see the middle part of the balcony. Now that one section has collapsed, it's starting to rock.
Okay, so everyone in here is in potential danger. Fuck. Okay. Well, I'm gonna use my super strength. And okay, damn. Yeah, there's nothing I can really do. Okay, well then, next in the priority list, is there like old people or children or something that look like they won't be able to make it out in time, at least?
At that, those were higher priority. You do see 2 light guard officers struggling to lift some rubble with a nearby child. They're not directly underneath the balcony, but they're trying to lift it, and there's a kid saying, "My mommy's under there! My mommy's under there!"
Yeah, okay. Shit, then, yeah, I guess I'll do what I can then. What is that, fight or physique?
Do
Athletics?
athletics, yeah.
Sure, okay. They're all in the same ballpark. Okay. What is that? Neutral. Net 0. Can I invoke the closer to like help them and be like the last push that's needed to?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Then that will make my overall a 5.
So with the help, they're really struggling. They almost got it. And then you rush in, and they glance down at your hook. But with almost the one arm, the one good strong arm that you've been working out for a year,
Grab my strong hand.
you manage to lift it just enough. And one light guard officer scrambles down and pulls the arms of a younger woman, and pulls her out from underneath the rubble. And the kid runs to her and, Mommy, you okay? She's like, yeah, I think I'm okay. My leg. And you see that it's kind of looking pretty bashed up just on one leg.
I'm just going to turn to them and be like, there's more people inside that are not going to make it out in time. The building is going to collapse. And then I'm just going to walk past them.
And to clarify, it doesn't seem like the entire building.
I just said that.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get them gone still.
Sure. Just for everyone's sake, it doesn't seem the entire building is collapsing, just the second balcony, like the viewing deck above. Seems like it's not going to last forever.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then
What the rest of you doing?
I don't know what's going on. I can't see anything else, so
Theo, what do you ran in there too as well, right?
Yeah, Theo's in trying to help as many people as he can get out. I don't know what I need to roll to do that.
Like, do you have any other goal or just to help?
I'm just
Kind of
trying to
clear
help. I wouldn't know that Kit was in the cop car, so Theo just went in to go help.
Right.
I'll
Syrkon,
call
you-
back Syrkon. I'll call back Syrkon and just say Al wasn't in there.
All right, we'll keep a lookout.
I
We'll
didn't
be
see
in
his
contact.
body, so I'm assuming he's fine.
Good. We'll be in contact shortly. I'll give you the rendezvous point.
I'm gonna like look around. Where are you?
Click. He hangs up the phone and looks back in the rearview mirror, Kit not having made eye contact with him once yet. And he knows he's being on X, she's going to see, when she sees his eyes, one, that's not going to get them off to a great start. But we'll see what happens. But he looks and he just...
If this motherfucker steals a cop car,
I was thinking he was gonna do
Kit,
that.
look at me.
And she looks at him reluctantly. What?
Explain to me how to hotwire a police car.
You son of a bitch.
Should I roll to see how well I explain it to him?
So you do it willingly?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I didn't push.
Making Theo's job
You didn't
so
push.
fucking
I didn't.
difficult.
If only you had a guy who could just like probably rip the door right off. If only you had somebody who had access to the jaws of life. Damn, that would be so convenient.
But it would be loud.
cinematic.
It would be
Syrkon, you roll burglary.
fuck.
Kit's gonna explain it, but it depends on how well you actually understand what she's saying. Kit, have you ever worked on a light guard car?
I plead the fifth.
Talk to my lawyer.
But, like,
all
you
right.
would have an understanding. Like, you've worked on lots of cars, but do you know exactly where things are
I
in a
bet
light card?
I bet there's probably, like, I'm assuming there was like a cop that maybe like hit, like they knocked off their mirror or something, like being stupid and not wanting to get in trouble by like the patrol, brought it in under the table. And because my dad and I were affordable, we probably, and so me being a smart person wanted to tinker around with it because I want to know how things work and probably,
Okay.
at least know basics.
Hold on.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You're not in handcuffs.
Yes, she is. She was put under arrest.
Okay, they did. Okay. All right. It's a negative one. I was trying to think of
Motherfucker.
something to invoke for a reroll. All right, I'm gonna throw this out there because normally this is a situation like coming in here to put himself in the line of fire to help Kit is a newer thing for him. And ever since our significant milestone, I changed my high concept. And my high concept is now Master Torturer reclaiming his honor. So I'm going to try to invoke that for a reroll because he's not leaving her behind to the fate that she wound herself up in.
Okay.
All
That
right.
was a really great explanation. I'll
Thank
give
you.
it to you.
I'm desperate for a reroll just because at least it can't get
Hey,
worse.
that's why they're vague. 'cause
Right.
It can be used in lots of different situations.
Okay. Here it is. 0. I got 2 pluses, 2 minuses.
Yeah, you're following directions as well as you think you can, but something's just not clicking. Something's not connecting.
This isn't going to work. He calls Wayland back.
I still have the phone up to my ear. Yeah, I think we lost connection. What's up?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Come to the police car that's down on the west end of the building. I'll flash the headlights, and I click the headlight
Yeah.
like on and off real quick,
Okay, cool.
and then I hang up and I get out
Nice.
of the car.
I guess I was in the general area too, because you pointed to the rubble where the woman was to the light guard that I just
Right,
directed.
yeah.
So I got to be nearby.
So we're
Can you
you're
click
nearby.
headlights with a car that's off?
I
Oh
think so,
yeah, yeah.
Very.
You can just.
I mean,
Have you
it's
ever
your
left
world,
your
like-
headlights on and let your battery die? Fucking sucks.
Oh yeah.
Can I roll?
Or I turn the siren on. I'll flip.
Can I roll something to like see if I remember if there's like an unlock button or something for the back end?
Like an emergency.
Yeah, like an emergency unlock or something. Can I like
Smart.
just to remember to
Yeah,
see
no
if
lore.
Great, I have a 0.
You got tinkerer stunts, right? It's a car. It's a thing about a car.
True. Can I use Grace Monkey to? No, that's crafts. That's not gonna help. Nope. I'm just
The
gonna roll.
purr of that cat. I love.
It's a 0 still. It's a 0.
I mean, but most cars have that. Like, isn't in the drivers you just hit the
Yeah, but I
envelope?
feel like in a police car it would be different because it would like let perpetrators go.
I'm pretty sure police cars just have child locks where you can just unlock. You can open it from the outside, but not the inside. But this is Bozer's car, so he can tell us.
I mean, there's a cage that's separating the back from the front so that the people in the back wouldn't be able to just reach up and unlock it or get control of the vehicle. But someone in the driver's seat.
Cool.
Cool. I find the button.
Syrkon just now realizes, I've been in a car before. Wait a minute.
The problem was that I'm still floating a little higher, so like my head's at the roof of the car, and so everything's not
Oh,
at
there
the
you go.
place
Yeah.
He's like
where I'm
this.
used to it being. I'm like,
So
where are you?
okay, cool. So I guess I will just open the the back seat, and I will stuff my big old man head in the car and be like, "What's going on in here?"
Can you break these handcuffs?
Probably.
Do it. And then get
Okay.
her out of here.
Come here.
Hey,
Just
over here.
walking around like
over here.
this.
Over here.
Okay, I've got the perfect. I've got the absolute perfect stunt for this too.
If all of you motherfuckers get arrested, I swear to God.
No, this is good. I'm about to do so much damage.
Good.
I
I
have got a stunt that I don't think I've even used yet. It's called Hook Shot, and I get to add fight to shoot when attacking with my good hand. So that's a +4 and a +2 and a +1 and a +2. I
Yeah, are you wearing
literally can't fail.
1
for
plus
one
1 plus 2
punch.
plus 1, not 1 plus 1 plus 2
Did-
plus 1.
Did we talk about this?
Yes, we did, and you reviewed it on the app.
Okay.
It's
This is the reason he hasn't used it until
It's a-
this
it's a
moment.
one-time use, and I just want to make sure that I just wanted to make sure I can't fail one time, essentially.
Once in your life. Okay.
Just all of my stunts, a little peek behind the curtain is just to make it so that like I don't screw up sometimes. That like I'm taking the it doesn't matter what I roll on the dice because the numbers are good. So I invoke, so it costs me one of these, and I can only do it once.
Once scene?
Per session or whatever, yeah.
Okay.
So that's a +2. And then my shoot, I believe, is +2. Yep. So that's +4. +4 for fight, and +1 for band. So that's plus
Did he
That's
just break the scale
plus
again?
9,
He did. He broke the
Plus
scale.
9.
Plus 9.
guaranteed unless I roll 4 negatives.
4 negatives. Here they come. Watch all the negatives drop out. 1,
Okay, that's-
1, 2,
So that's
2.
3 negatives and a neutral.
Amazing.
That's
Yeah,
still a
so that-
6, though.
Does this feel balanced now, Mr. Bowser? Yeah.
I did.
So
I wasn't accounting for your totally bad rolling trend.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
why that is why I have these stunts. Okay, cool. So that is a 6 against these handcuffs. I'm basically gonna do it train track style. Have her like sit on the ground and just like 2 inches away, just like
Hell
fire
yeah.
the hook into the chain.
Fuck yeah.
So as
I'd have to like lay like this.
You
Well,
can lay
is it behind
with
your
your
back?
hands behind
Yeah.
your back. Yeah, just
Sturton
sitting
stands
the
on
ground.
your wrists to keep them down.
That's crazy to say. Don't say that.
Syrkon offers to stand on your wrists.
There
to
we
keep
go.
them down.
She shoots
And then I
him,
just-
like the nastiest glance.
We both at the same time do actually. And, like, I snort at him.
So as these cuffs break loose, can you all 3 roll a stealth check?
Oh,
Fuck.
God.
Okay, I'm gonna invoke my. I'm already just doing it. I'm invoking giving up the ghost, and I'm getting rid of my last fate point. I'm so sick and tired of how many negative. I think I've rolled negative on every roll except for the one where I got all positives.
And that was just to swing in.
Yes, and it
And
was
do
just
it.
literally to do what I could probably do for free.
Okay.
Okay, thank God.
I'm gonna spend another fate point to add a +2 with always push my luck because this has been to do this is an insanely risky thing to do with all these people around, and that gives me a 4.
I got a 5.
Oh
Okay,
god,
got negative.
Kit.
2? Negative 2 or just positive 2?
Just positive too.
Better than negative 2.
All right. So I can't with that cat.
I also would have had a 2. That's why I had to find something to invoke.
Do you have anything you'd like to try to invoke, Kit?
Try me, bitch. No.
Oh, well, here we go. If your stealth fail is because you got scared and like screamed because of the thing being fired at you last second, come at me, bitch, you're hard in your resolve. You're prepped.
No.
Damn.
Try me, bitch is more like you're pushing my buttons and.
The why I oughta.
Yeah.
Why are you on a... All right, so it's still really chaotic. And that's why no one noticed when you got in the car. No one noticed when you opened and got her out. But someone did notice. They look in the back of the car and they no longer see Kit. So now you've got a couple light guards. The two that freed that woman, and he just kind of glanced up and sees it's empty and the door is open.
I think with your consent, Kit, us two,
We gotta go up.
let's go.
Let's go up. Yeah. That's
Daddy
what I was gonna
uppies.
say.
Yeah, daddy uppies, and then I click my heels, and okay,
Rocket
cool.
boots.
I was thinking if I roll, I've been rolling so bad today that I might even try my luck on rocket. Okay, fair enough. I've been rolling so bad since the day I was born,
And that's why he DMs.
and that's why I'm a great DM.
Why do you think this happened? Is because I kept rolling all negatives
Oh, God.
last stream.
I can't wait to watch the last episode
Okay,
and see
so
how this happened.
me and Kit burglary check to Vamanots.
Okay.
That's not great. Okay. Yep, that's just a 3, but I don't know. Is that I don't know what the DC is, just to go upwards.
With just you by yourself, not bad.
All right,
Um,
rocket boots, let's go.
Adding a person, you
Gotta
You
blast.
pushed me.
you successfully hook, and you're pulling, but there's a lot of weight, and you're kind of dragging on the ground a little bit now with 2 people. And after that hook shot, there's a little bit of some recoil, so it's working, but not as well as you might need it to. And the light guard are now fast approaching.
Let's try the rocket boots then.
Yeah.
Roll for that.
Are you wearing them?
Sorry,
I'm wearing them.
rocket boots.
Yes, the rocket boots. I am wearing them. They're in my inventory, my extras.
Actually, I'm gonna roll for them.
Nice. That's so scary. As we're like failing to like get altitude, I look Kit right in the eyes and I say, "If I don't have ankles after this, just know I tried."
Holy shit.
If you don't have ankles after this, I'll make you some new ones.
Thank you.
And so as you're pulling with the hook, and you're dragging a little bit, and Kit, you're like running alongside trying to lift. And so then you have that exchange, and you click your heels, and it activates. It kind of hits a pin into both simultaneously. And there's a moment that you're running, and then boom, boom, boom. You start like almost air walking,
Okay.
and you're hopping, and because you're still hooked. You're still hooked. Now it's kind of giving you a trajectory, and it's giving you enough of that boost.
Okay. That sounds like you rolled good.
I rolled 3 positives and a negative, so a 2.
That sounds good.
And so it gives you enough to take off. You're able to use the boots around the corner, but as soon as you kind of round the corner, it kind of runs out of juice. But you're airborne, and now you've got momentum. And
Cool.
you're off the ground.
Okay, nice. Sweet. And there's no drones or anything, right?
No.
Radical. Then I guess we'll just safely proceed from here.
How close are we to the entrance to the underground?
The one that you used to get there.
Mm-hmm.
It was directly across the street
Okay. So
from
not close.
the Institute. Yeah,
So
you're
not-
kind of going in the opposite direction, going away
Okay.
from it.
Okay.
But there are
There's shit
multiple.
everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, Wayland saw that map. Hey man, remember that
You
map?
think I didn't memorize that
Oh,
map?
that map.
That was the coolest map I ever dang seen.
All I needed was a map of the city.
Do you want to roll lore to see if you remember any of the other entrances?
I reckon safe house is my top priority.
Okay.
Smart.
We can hit Knights of Axiom after after the rock star 5 stars
Yeah.
screen.
Smart.
Yeah, I got to go to the garage and paint my car,
Mhm.
and then we can go to the Knights of Axiom hideout.
I gotta dye my hair black, and then we can go.
Yeah, I got to quickly go into the store and buy a shirt with flames on it.
Not for a disguise, but just it's on its.
I just have to do. It's on my list.
Yeah.
All right, so you head to the safe house. Syrkon, Theo.
Theo has no idea what's going on. Theo's trying to help people.
I think Theo being a good Samaritan is just like totally fine.
Yeah, I make my way back into the chaos. Those cops are running to me, right? Who's running towards the car that saw this happen?
The two light guard
Mhm.
that you first told to go help that woman, and that Wayland helped that woman escape. But then they noticed that the car is empty and the door's open. They didn't see you or Wayland, or they didn't see Kit, but they noticed that she wasn't there anymore.
Okay, cool.
They're so getting fired. We've gotten so many cops fired. Go us, guys.
Yeah, right.
A cab.
I'm gonna make my way into. As I said, I'm basically a doctor. I'm gonna go in and start
Yeah.
doing some
lab.
triage. Because
I'll
I'm not
grab.
gonna leave. I'm not gonna leave Theo with having no idea what's happening.
Wouldn't be the first time. Definitely won't be the last.
All right. Roll. What's a medicine?
Jeez.
Crafts. Like human crafting.
Just don't say human crafting to Syrkon. That's a terrible
Right.
can of worms to open, sir.
That's the best one to use. So roll crafts.
There's really no medicine check?
There's no
That-
I
medicine
don't think
check.
I'm looking at them
Yeah,
all right
I
now.
don't
You
see
start
That's
Yeah.
wild.
I've got a full list. I keep it on my wall.
Interesting.
positive.
It's
emotion.
also,
I'm always
this
looking
has
over you.
never come up before.
Mm-mm.
Huh.
Close quarters combat ability. Mystery.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's do craft. That is that's a 2.
All right. I love on the difficulty scale that 2 plus 2 is normal. So you were doing as well as a normal person would. You don't have any you're not doing better than an average Joe, but maybe you're like trying to stop the bleeding on somebody. You're definitely helping people away, or at least closer to the EMTs that are now on scene. And they're grateful for those sticking around to help. But once they get to basically the medical part of the field, then they kind of push you back and they take it from there.
Well, since I'm able to levitate above the ground, I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm more doing transportation, like
Sure.
staunch the bleeding, move him over.
At this point now, the building is looking pretty much cleared. The flow of people from that doorway is stifled. You don't see anybody else. You don't know if there's anybody else in the building, but the lobby is now clear of people.
Is there
And-
chatter about who they're thinking did this?
Roll perception to see if you can.
Nice.
Perfect.
I'm gonna also.
Not perfect. That's only +1.
That
How
is
about
a
investigate?
+2
I
for
think
me.
investigate's a little more fitting.
It's the same for D&D. Like if it's like a passive
No, I
looking
know. I'm just giving
around.
you shit. Because I got 3 pluses, so that's a 4 to perception.
Okay. Who are you listening to? Like civilians or the
Probably
guard?
light guard, because they're going to have more apropos conversation about what's going on, communicating if they like arrested somebody.
Yeah, you do hear over the chatter, driver of crane missing. Be on the lookout for female, slight build, curly red hair.
This dumb bitch. Theo audibly says that. He doesn't care who is listening. That is an audible statement that comes out of Theo's mouth.
As he's like pulling a woman out of the rubble. This dumb bitch, man. Come here.
I'm just kidding. Here's my business card. Call me if you need anything.
Language is unnecessary.
Leaving your leg in that hole is unnecessary. Now I gotta go back down there.
It does that sometimes.
It's a prosthetic.
Yeah, it's a prosthetic for sure.
Yeah, the moment Theo gets that information and he helps the last person he was helping, he immediately goes to try to call Kit.
Kit is swinging through the city. Do you answer your phone?
Well, I'm not doing anything better, so.
I love the idea of a roll to see if it plummets to the ground.
Do you have a pop
Both
socket
right-hand
or?
Yeah? I'm a 20-something-year-old person. Yes, of course I have a pop socket.
Oh my god, I love it.
Um,
It's branded. It's a branded of your company.
Yeah.
Like your dad had like 1 million of them
Ooh.
made.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll
can
to
answer.
pick it up?
No, you can answer.
Oh, I thought it would be so funny, the idea
All
of
you
you
hear
picking
is-
it up and it's just...
Oh, hello?
Where the fuck are you?
Hey, Wayland, where are
Third
we
Street.
right
4th Street. 5th Street.
now?
Just tell him we'll be at the safe house.
I was told to tell you that we will be at the safe house.
You are so fucking grounded, and Theo hangs up the phone.
I wish that I could hear that to be like, we are so
Bye,
the
Dad.
opposite of
Love you
grounded.
too.
Nice.
At that point, you hear like crumbling sounds and cracking, and then you hear kind of these screams around you and gasps as the back part of the balcony starts to collapse,
Oh, okay.
and it falls directly over on top of the security check-in. Kit and Alsvid, you would have seen that place that you were trying to get through. It had all the desks, the main reception area where that woman was a bitch to you. And
I find out you killed a bunch of people because you couldn't get past the security checkpoint.
oh, and I should note, the police chatter did not say curly red hair. It said straight red hair.
Okay.
Well, I guess then what Theo have called? How
I
common
mean,
are redheads?
No, it's fine. I just wanted to note for anybody watching last episode, like, actually. And so the rubble lands directly over, and there's a large portion that remained kind of flat and intact, that could grant you access past security if you wanted it right now.
They don't know why we wanted it up there, though.
No, but just saying.
As Theo's watching that, was like everybody cleared out from that area though?
Yeah, everybody
Okay.
was clear.
I guess Theo then would probably look for Syrkon. So he's looking for the Magneto motherfucker in fucking red floating around everywhere.
He's just walking around like this.
I don't
Not
think
hard.
like I feel like it would be hard to miss. Like you'd have to roll to not see Sir.
Yeah. And you guys have been kind of in league, so you're next to him.
We've been like passing each other, and I rolled a perception myself, and I got a 2 for how he was kind of listening over, eavesdropping on Light Guard. What have I gained from hearing anything from the victims that I've been pulling out? Like, what's the last thing they saw or heard or experienced on their end?
You hear things like, I don't know what happened. I was just leaving work, or things like,
Okay.
we were visiting and his crane just comes crashing through the window out of nowhere. I thought they were done for the day. I saw a construction crew leaving. I don't know how this happened. That lady didn't seem like construction. She was in heels and really nice blazer. I don't know.
I had a clipboard. I looked.
Am I swinging? Am I swinging with Hillary?
Is this Theo's fault? Did he turn her into a monster?
Would you like to describe what you look like right now?
Yes.
If you can remember.
So I had gone to
Just explain what you look like.
I was pink pants. That's what I remember. I'm wearing bright pink pants and a really nice blazer, and my hair is completely straight, like coiffed, like straight.
Interesting.
And full makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Kind of nude tan pumps.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A little from her, a little from her.
Okay. Interesting.
That's an interesting statement. I have no
Mhm.
idea what that
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I think we just make our way as long as nothing happens to the safe house. I don't know what the other two guys are doing, but they know where we are.
Are you guys headed to the safe house? Is there anything else you'd like to do before you leave?
I'm gonna. What would I kind of? What would the equivalent of a recall knowledge essentially?
A lore?
Lore. Okay. So I'm gonna do a lore because you brought up the access through the security desk. I remember the knights talking about what they wanted from here, but I don't know that I would recall enough to do anything about it. So I'm just
God, I
going to
hope
take
so. I want a third
kind of a
Theo
luck
Syrkon
roll
buddy cop adventure.
to see if there's like something here that I should be like, well, while I have all this open access and no one's watching.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. That's a 2.
A normal job recollecting.
A normal
Yeah.
job of recollecting.
Yeah,
Granted,
you-
it was like a day ago.
Yeah.
For me.
You would recall how Tobias first got into this whole mess is that after they took him in, he showed some mechanical knowledge. They didn't know who he was. They thought he could be unseen. So they used him to kind of create a problem for them then to need somebody to come in and fix it. So then that's
Okay.
where Liana was sent in,
Mm-hmm.
because they needed, they had the formula that the golds were after, but they were lacking in a bit of equipment.
That's right. Okay.
And so Liana was sent in
Man.
to retrieve it, but she was unsuccessful.
Would I what could I roll to see if I would even know what that I know they said what it was, but if Syrkon has ever seen, I mean, he's read a lot and he knows a lot, but like I don't know about science equipment.
Yeah, I mean, you're well read.
Yeah. Do you want to go another lore or investigation since it's
Let's do resources just for fun.
okay, resources
like
still
the-
the same plus.
The knowledge
But
of that kind of thing.
I don't know why I pitched lore and investigation differently because lore, investigation, charisma, and resources are all my +1s.
Yeah.
Doesn't change anything. It's a 1.
Yeah. They can describe it, but just like the same way with the car, you're not
Yeah.
super mechanically involved, but I don't know. You might see it. You might know if you see it.
I'll take a look. I make sure I make the move like I'm looking for more people, and I just start nosing in deeper.
Do you tell
I feel
Theo?
like if Theo would notice that Syrkon wasn't coming with, Theo is going with Syrkon for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. He makes eye contact as they've like another time that they're passing, gives him the head nod of like, let's take a look.
Yeah, Theo follows Syrkon.
And this is the most opportune time because everybody, all the light guard, are concerned more with the people.
Mhm.
And we've already shown that we're trying to help people, so us going back in isn't
Right.
weird.
So they stopped watching you like a hawk.
Yeah. And
and
Syrkon tells Theo, fills him in on the conversation that he was a part of about this equipment.
If
that
he
Theo
knew the
wasn't.
name of the equipment, could I roll resources to see if I would know what they're looking for?
a name was never shared.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he knew
He
the name, but
explained,
didn't know
he
what
explained
it was.
what it did, I guess.
Basically, they wanted the formula. Gold wanted the formula to expand the use of X
That
even
fucking
more
Super
height.
X.
X, the Knights of Axiom wanted it to use it kind of retroactively to basically negate and undo what X has done. But they're lacking in the equipment to take full advantage of
Could
it.
I roll to see if I know the item based off of the description?
Sure, roll lore.
Lore.
What if you subscribe to X
Oh,
Plus?
that's 0.
X plus.
The streaming service.
That's a -1, but because we're probably getting to the end of the session, I want to roll Man of Many Masks to re-roll.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
You've probably had to defend a scientist.
Yeah. What about a 2?
I think that's exactly what Syrkon rolled.
Yeah.
1 for that.
Oh, I did
part.
roll a 1, yeah, for my lore.
Yeah, it doesn't like ring any bells. Because this is advanced science. This isn't something that you would have learned about at school, because this is like cutting edge equipment, cutting edge science.
You know what? Better then. Can I roll connection to see if I know a scientist?
Bet you do.
I bet I do too, but we got to make the lore come to life based off the dice gods.
Go ahead, roll
Aren't you
connection.
kind of data scientist?
I love the idea of Wayland being like, let Big Daddy take a look.
That's a 5 for my connection.
Yeah, you know, forensic tech.
Oh, that's right.
He is a scientist in a
Right.
What was their name?
What? Wow.
Is that
Theo.
Molly? No, I had
Molly.
Wow,
I couldn't
Theo.
remember if it was Molly or if there was a guy. For some reason, my immediate thought there was a guy that was the forensic person.
There was a guy who works for the
I'm gonna
light guard that you
Molly.
had check out the herbs
See-
thing.
My brain immediately went to the guy that I worked with. I didn't go to Molly.
That was, what was his name?
I'm trying to look at all my highlighted names here because he's gonna have
Yeah, because he
tag, I
helped
just don't
he
know.
helped check out the
Thomas
cyanide
for
tablet
fingerprints.
Tomas
Tomas, that's right.
was the forensics. Actually, and I misspoke. You're right. I'm confused. That's why you're confused. I used them both. Tomas is forensics at the Royal Citadel. Molly is a lab tech at the Institute of Progress.
Well, Molly's not answering the
she's not
phone.
working today.
I'm gonna call Tomas.
Okay, give him a call. Yeah, hello?
Hey, it's Theo.
Oh, hi, Theo. What do you need now?
I need to. If I describe a piece of science equipment to you, could you tell me what it is? I know that seems very vague, but
Clarify. So this is now, Syrkon was told there is a piece of equipment that is used for this. He wasn't told what it looks like the dimensions. So then he told that to you. So you're now, this is like telephone. You wouldn't have intricate knowledge of what it looks like.
Oh, I was going to use
what it
Syrkon to describe what the thing did to see if we could just at least get a name for it.
Okay. Just to be clear, I don't want you to say,
No,
well, I
yeah, I'm not trying to get like the inside information. I just want to know what we're looking for, like directionalize
What would
it.
it look like?
Okay.
So yeah, Theo just puts it on speaker to have Syrkon describe whatever the item was.
Something reverse engineer X.
Oh, that sounds like cutting edge stuff.
It is.
Not really something that I deal with here in the lab.
Name the 3 most cutting edge things you know.
X
Well,
plus.
well, they're not really. They don't reverse engineer X. They actually use X, which I use X every day in my work. It's very helpful. We now have this device that it can sense fingerprints.
1.
They have a new coffee maker in the break room. That's pretty cool. You just you tell it what you want, and it scans your face, and it knows how you like it. So that's pretty cool.
Wow, that is
that does sound pretty cool.
That's unnecessarily high.
I was gonna hang up on Tomas for such a stupid answer, but no, that's actually pretty great.
You should get one of those for your office.
Who the fuck designed that
when
shit?
you
Like,
rebuild the office?
There were serious issues that you could solve, but instead you made face recognition software that basically has the same powers as a barista that recognizes you.
Sometimes you have to solve first world problems.
It's called the Familiar Barista. That's the brand.
Yeah, I get in trouble because I have quite a few espressos every day, I'm sure you can tell.
Quickly, tell me the third thing. It's very important.
You're putting me gun to my head.
Not yet.
No, he's just kidding, Tomas. He's had too much caffeine.
Well, I'm kind of old-fashioned. I tend to think the cloud turbines are pretty cutting edge, even though they've been working for quite some time. I mean,
Are there miniature versions of cloud turbines available as cutting edge technology?
a mini version. What would you need a mini version for?
Shut up. Hang up. Syrkon hangs up the phone for him. And moves in. I have an idea of what we're
Theo texts Tomas, I got you a steak dinner at insert restaurant next week.
Oh.
Buy him a Familiar Barista and have it delivered to his house. He'll never need anything ever again.
What is your brilliant idea, Syrkon?
The cloud turbines.
You gonna expand on that, or am I supposed to just read your X-filled mind?
You're supposed to trust me.
Literally.
And then Syrkon walks further in.
So to get into the back area, you basically have to climb over the rubble, kind of climb through or hover over it now. It's a little more difficult for Theo than Syrkon, but you do manage to get through. On this side of security, there are separate elevators.
Holy
shit!
Duh.
Idiot! Continue, Bozer. We'll get to that in a moment.
That's so fucking funny. Oh my god.
Yeah,
we're
this
done.
was Liana's mission. I think I want to call some guy who works for the Legends.
And we have not checked on her in whatever safe house there. We're so fucking stupid.
Theo called.
Bozer, back to what you were saying. We'll call Liana afterwards.
There is an elevator on this side of security that doesn't have the same access as the one that was out in the lobby. There's kind of a long hallway that is flanked by different offices that are encased by glass, kind of windows that kind of separate them. And there's other kind of a break room on this down here, but there is another staircase too. Judging from where Liana came out, you could probably assume it's not whatever you're looking for, whatever it is, wouldn't be on the main floor.
Yeah.
These don't look like tech areas anyway. They look more like cubicles and that kind of thing.
As we're going, I very sloppily explain to Theo that I believe what we're looking for is something that, as the cloud turbines bring in the clouds and distill whatever that is into X, if we have something similar that can take X and basically respin it into cloud components.
But this whole time, Syrkon is so high, he's just like ADHD spilling, so nobody can actually keep up. And Theo's just like, I'm calling Liana. And
I'm also a full 6 inches off the ground at all points. I'm so high, literally, and literally.
But yeah,
in this imaginary game, I am literally floating.
I'm literally floating, and I'm literally so high right now.
Roll rapport, T.
4.
Okay. So it rings for a little bit, but eventually. Yeah, Uncle Theo?
Hey, are you two safe?
Yeah, we've been hunkered down and at Tabitha's place. We barely leave.
I'm trying to fix
We
that.
haven't heard from you. When can we get out of here? What the fuck?
Hey,
I
hypothetically
heard you killed a guy.
Hypothetically speaking, we'll get back to that. Hypothetically speaking, if you were trying to break into the Faust Institute of Technology, not saying that you did, what would you be going after in this theoretical situation?
In the background, she can hear Syrkon's rambly explaining as he thinks Theo's still listening to him.
I mean, I had a kind of a sketch of it. I mean, I still have it. The way I got the information was basically a string of letters that led me to a place, to a place, to a place. And I got all the information I needed, but not all at once. Like, these knights are really secretive. But why? Why are you asking this?
Just describe it to me to the best of your ability.
It would have to have cylinders on the side to contain. This is like right. He's just guessing what it would need. To
Who are
look
you
like.
with?
Again, there's really not the time. I promise I will fill you in on all of your questions when I'm not here.
And where is here?
I really need that description.
Fuck. All right.
It's probably circular. Actually, as I'm thinking this is...
I got one note that said, check the 12th floor. There's a research lab. It would be behind a closed case. Oh, God. It's about the size of a toaster, I guess. It's funny. It's got two cylinders. Almost like a jetpack. Like on one side. Shit, a lot of this stuff is really tiny. Okay, can I be really honest?
That would be so fucking helpful right now.
It kind of looks like a dick and balls. Like, that's the best way. I mean, a mechanical. It's not like
A mechanical dick and balls the
that's the
size of a
shape.
backpack.
Toaster.
Size of a toaster.
Sorry, size of a toaster.
So about what, like 7 inches?
And
That's
did you
generous.
have any like warnings of, hey, don't do this to retrieve said item?
I mean, I was given an explosive, so I don't think the greatest of care needed to be taken.
All right, I've got a Syrkon. He can solve that problem.
A what?
That's fine. Any else important that you remember?
There's a ton of security.
No, trust me, that's not a problem right now.
I bet it has rounded edges.
Are you safe?
Oh, yeah. Hey, give Tabitha my love. I'll call you guys here soon.
Hey, just don't be a dumbass.
That's your job. And Theo hangs up the phone.
That's adorable.
And Theo is going to just relay this information to Syrkon as he's like looking for like the security, like looking on the walls for like this floor, whatever that fucking term is.
As he's describing it, Syrkon is like, yep.
Dude, I told you that's what this was.
Yeah.
you see
Right.
Syrkon has like a napkin or something, and he's just like a dick and balls thing.
Dick and
It
balls?
looks like I
this?
think it's like probably like this.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like if a dick and balls married a toaster. Yeah. Absolutely. That's kind of what I had drawn. Syrkon, I fly up the stairs, just floating, like.
Oh yeah.
So that I'm.
Your feet, your toes just kind of brush each step
Ding,
as you
ding.
go. Yeah.
Awkwardly tripping forward.
Yeah. I'm still learning, man. I got a lot of.
So you're taking the stairs up to the 12th floor.
12th floor. Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
That's-
elevators are for sure shut down right now.
Yeah, most likely. So it's a bit of a hoof, but you make it up to the 12th floor and exit. And on this, you see like a kind of a grid of hallways, but there's different work areas, again, all encased in glass windows and glass doors. But you can see kind of this like 6 different areas, all fairly large with different lab tables in them and different equipment. One is just full of this large machine that has kind of a chair in the middle of it, and then it seems like it has some sort of gyroscope that might circle around the chair. A lot of things that you don't recognize at all.
If I put barbed wire on that, no, I don't have the time. She said it was behind something. What was the
Is it within a case?
within a case?
Like a glass case, yeah.
All right, I start perusing glass cases. I pull out my gun.
Roll.
Put your hands up.
I'm gonna rob this case.
You can either roll perception or investigate, depending on how.
Perception.
playing.
Let's do it. It is a 2. 2 blanks and a plus and minus.
Okay, and Theo? Are you
I'm
looking
sorry, I was updating notes. Say that one more time.
So you're now on the 12th floor
Okay.
looking. Give me a perception or an investigate, depending on
Investigate.
how you're looking.
That's a 3. I'm hoping for the best there.
Find
All
the
right,
different
so-
balls.
With the two of you, it takes a minute. Like there's a lot to see. Like I mentioned before, a lot of which you don't recognize. You might even like get interested by some machines, some pieces of equipment. But eventually, as you're passing through this grid of glass encased work areas, you see in the back against the back wall of one, there's a large case with a small window. It's kind of blue lit inside, and if you squint your eyes, it kind of looks like a metal dick and balls. But as you get closer to it, it is so much more complex. There's
Veiny. Which is weird.
there's 2
Sinewy.
like small metallic cylinders on the side, but
I
then
knew it.
there's like kind of different rings of different sizes and wires and tubes that connect them all. And it comes to a bit of a point at the top. It really looks nothing like a penis, but in her haste, and that was the best way to describe it without having to
Yes.
describe all
Sure.
of these things.
And is there any paperwork around the area that would give more description about what it is? Like research studies or just documentation in general?
Yeah, with your 3, you don't get any like great
I'm
information.
not looking for
but
like in-depth information, like just a general overview of like what it is so Theo can determine if he trusts the knights with it.
Above the window, it says like case 252, authorized personnel only. And
I find something long and metal and break the case.
okay,
I was gonna shoot it, but that's awfully loud with everything going on.
roll
I love
Roll
that Syrkon's
fight.
monologuing this the entire time
Yeah.
it's happening.
That is a 3.
you bang on that glass, and you gotta whack it a few times.
Theo sees him
it's
struggle the
reinforced.
first time and he's going to grab like a stool or something to help break the glass with him.
Nice.
Okay.
Tag team.
So together, eventually you crack it, and a few more whacks and it eventually breaks. It's got kind of a shatterproof design, but it's reinforced. It's like they definitely wanted this thing to only be used by those that were meant to use it.
I reach my hand in through the broken glass to grab it. Even if it's gonna cut me up, I just reach in and pull it out.
Yeah, you grab it. You're fine.
I turn to Theo.
It's a big enough case that you can
Perfect.
grab it.
Theo, I need you to put this inside you.
Phrasing.
The human anus can stretch 7 inches before
Absolutely not. And Theo just takes it and holds it to himself and looks for a backpack.
It's
that's a good idea.
it could not fit.
It's only 7 inches. That's not 7 inches, Bozer. Quit lying to your eyes.
I said the size of a toaster.
Yeah, toasters can fit in a backpack, Bozer.
No, he's talking about anus.
Not in your anus.
Oh, that's Theo said he's looking for a backpack.
Yeah, but I'm just clarifying. This is not a small thing, and it's got a bunch of jagged bits on it. It's not a dildo. She's done.
I was trying to smuggle it out.
All right, you find you find it's not a backpack, but you find everyone left in a hurry.
Yeah.
So you find like a tote bag that someone had brought in.
All right. Load it up, and then we are gonna make our way out of here and head to the hideout, lest something stops us.
Yeah, Theo puts it in a bag, straps it onto himself, but Theo's gonna like hold it to his chest and not leave it on his back to help stop any prying hands.
Okay, so you make your way back down. At this point, now that it's been a few minutes, like this took better part of probably half hour, 45 minutes for you to get up there, really find what you were looking for, make all these calls. And now that everyone has been safely evacuated, now they're sectioning it off and kind of barring it off with caution tape. And the police are now investigating. So if you want to get out of here without being seen or without being thought suspect, then you're going to need something.
Syrkon, time for you to shine. Cause a distraction.
Done.
Oh, wait. Also, Theo's got his driver. No, we'll leave Syrkon. That's funnier.
Yeah.
Especially where Syrkon is right now.
All right. We reached the point at that main entrance before going back out into everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, don't worry. I'll keep their attention. And Syrkon floats out and like full magnet arms out and floats his way out of the building. And like instead of going straight out, he's like straight out and then to the side so that Theo can go the other way.
Do I need to roll stealth to see if I get out?
Yeah, you roll stealth. And what kind of vibe are you trying to give Syrkon?
I'm carrying I'm gonna use a fate point. I found a dead body in the rubble. And I'm floating high in my arms. I'm carrying this body out like Superman saving someone. I'm just like, I'm making it slow and dramatic so that all eyes are on me.
Okay. Note that by adding the weight of another full body.
Yeah. Oh, it's a child.
No.
No, I'm kidding. So
No,
sorry.
it's
Bad
not.
jump kid. No.
So you're basically like maybe an inch off the ground. Your toes would be dragging. It's giving less of the savior image that you were hoping for.
Well, and then here's what
But
I'm
it
gonna do
does
about
catch
that.
attention.
I'm gonna roll a charisma check
Oh no.
because I'm gonna start singing.
No.
What the fuck do you mean you're gonna start singing? You're gonna start eulogizing this kid in song?
It's
Not a kid.
Oh, sorry. That was just a joke.
It's
This-
an elderly man.
He actually died like yesterday.
Of a heart attack.
Oh yeah. Well, I cut him in half so he was lighter. In the back. No, so it's a 2 to charisma, and I'm just doing like, oh, like I'm like doing
His own chorus of angels.
yeah, doing like an like it's an Octaran ritual, like it's an Octaran chant.
I'm picturing the
Ooh,
last
it's a
scene in
religious-
Step Brothers.
It's a known religious chant that's like for mourning that they do, like praising Octarus.
Yeah, am I the only one picturing it's the motherfucking Catalina wine mixer song?
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely. That's what he sings, Aziz.
And what was your stealth, Theo?
That was only a 1, so I'm going to use another fate point with Man of Many Masks to sneak out.
You're adding, let's make it a +2.
To make it, or that adds
3?
+2, right? So that would give it a 3.
3. All right. If you were just doing that alone, that would not suffice. But
I didn't think so.
since there is this person barely hovering with another body scraping against the ground, the paramedics immediately like push through the tape and come grab the body. Thank you. Where did you find this?
Inside.
Oh, shit. What's the damage inside?
Terrible.
Are there more bodies?
Probably.
All right. On their walkie. Hey, we're gonna need a team to go floor and floor. There could be damage throughout. We don't know. Be careful. Oh, thank you. What is your name?
My name is Syrkon Sirocco.
Knew it.
And then I hand them the person, and then I rise 6 inches. And
and they like slowly look up at you.
for light and love. And then I float away. I
And
just
to
leave.
clarify,
I straight
Theo
up
is disappearing, so Syrkon doesn't know where he goes.
Okay.
I float through the crowd after yelling for light and love.
And there's a mother that's like just trying to touch the hem of your cloak.
I smack her fingers. Don't fucking touch me.
And with that, I think is a great place to end tonight's episode.
Just some woman.
To me, I will
Touch
never
me.
wash this hand.
Kit,
Wow.
what did you do?
Don't answer that question.
What the
Your
fuck?
lawyer is not present.
You're gonna get grilled when we get back to this hideout.
By Syrkon of all people.
Oh, God.
That's what
damn,
happens when you
dude.
split the party.
Holy shit. I'm so excited to find out what the fuck you did.
I am not.
Oh. Well, I mean, I know what you did. I'm very curious. Like, how the fuck did we get there?
Bad rolls.
Bad
No,
rolls, man.
even not even just the roles that caused it, like your look change from like where we left you sulking. Like when we left you, you were stomping off and doing your own thing, and we all assumed we'd come back and find you there, having like, I don't know, invented something cool. And then we find you at the scene of a major accident.
We're not at the scene responsible for a major accident.
Sure. I'm responsible for a terrorist attack a little bit. Will be labeled as a terrorist attack.
What is
Accidental.
arguably
Second one
worse?
in a week.
Arguably worse than the initial one.
They should probably just close
damage-wise.
this place.
It might be cursed, but we'll get
Yeah.
into it next week as you guys actually swap stories and understand where's everyone been
Yes.
last 12 hours. I am terrified to see the consequences of all your actions, and to see if TruMann successfully can recreate that.
He fucking better with the money I just paid that little bitch.
And where the fuck is Al?
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm most troubled by.
I'm like, yeah, I'm very nervous about what the fuck happened to Al.
Because Al wasn't able to be here with us today, I connected and understood what his actions would be.
What his dreams,
Mhm.
his dreams would be.
So I carried them on.
Perfect.
But all of you, thank you for watching. This has been so much fun. I have no idea what this year is going to take us into. This far into it,
Probably more
And-
chaos.
I'm here for it.
Also say this year, like this isn't going to be March's episode.
I know, far into it, I fixed it. At time of recording, this was early January. Just for reference.
Peek behind the curtain.
But until next time, I am Bozer.
I'm Austin.
I'm Josh.
I'm in trouble.
I'm T.
And you just keep
Geeking out.
Geeking out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.